Hello everybody and welcome back to Court Farms. So today we're going to be doing some wood chips. This is most likely going to be a failure. Yeah, not something I'd usually say at the beginning of a video, but it's just from past experience. I think it is probably not going to work too well, but we're going to give it a go. In the rare event it will be successful. But what we've got is we've got the JCB wheel loader over there. We have got our very large lorry just here, and also our JCB 8310 fast track with this modified version of the Gens Hem 583. Basically, it's just got a much larger loading platform, so it should make it easier. Now this does actually have a crane, but we're not going to use this today because I think it will make it harder. We're just going to load them on here with the JCB loader. Now where I downloaded this from, there was actually a comment already regarding this conveyor belt. Basically, it should just feed the logs into here, obviously. But this little one here at the front is running in reverse. So if you have a small log, it can sort of just keep turning on the spot and it doesn't go through the shredder. So we'll have to see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to it anyway. So we'll lead the way with the JCB loader. We'll put the beacons on. Everything is on follow me. So the reason why I decided to go with JCB with the front grab is because it's bigger. I think it'll probably make it easier when loading, rather than just a tiny one on the tractor or even one attached to the shredder over there. I don't really want to use the one on the chipper because it's just too fiddly. Using this just to load it up should be easier. It should be, but it might not be. So yeah, we'll give it a go. Now there are a few lots of woods on this map, or forests on this map, and two of them are next to the main yard. The other two are down here where we went to sell our silage. And I think these ones down here are better because we haven't really been to this side of the map too much. Something a bit different. The ones next to the main yard we tend to hang around quite a lot, and that is actually where our chickens are based anyway, and we'll probably just run over our chickens. But yeah, so far so good. We are still following, I think. It is hard to drive without looking where you're going. This is our first forest on the left. They're not very dense, but they're still quite good. In fact, you don't really want them too dense because it'd be very hard to negotiate everything, negotiate the trees with all the big machinery. I think, yeah, we will go on the left in here because over there it's a bit steep and it might be quite hard. If we just do some of these trees first of all. The lorry didn't quite make it around there. We'll sort that out in a minute. I'll just park this over here. To make things easier, I've just opened those gates and spun around in there. It's quite hard to actually turn off the road into there, so that is probably the best thing to do. So yeah, I've put the really big Flegel trailer on the lorry, but we might not fill it. It just depends how well this goes. And thinking about it, we don't really want to be on too much of an incline. Maybe just over here. The lorry doesn't matter so much, but when we're actually loading the conveyor belt, that will want to be relatively flat. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat, but we can turn that off there. And we're going to jump into the JCB, which is causing quite a bit of chaos. There are a few tailbacks. So I'll just reverse it into there, as I did with the lorry. That should make it easier. We will let the traffic die off a bit. It is really busy. Let them pass and then we'll be able to go through. Or nip between those two. And we'll get it all set up. So yeah, I'll just reverse around in here and then we can put the pipe out on the left. I will move the crane because it's probably going to obstruct our loader. In fact, that's probably quite close. We don't need to be so close. As long as it can still reach the trailer. That's not bad. So we'll put the stabilisers down. I'll move that crane. I don't really know where the best place is for that crane because we're not going to use it. So maybe if I just sort of lift it up and spin it round over here. Basically, as long as it's out of the way. So that looks good. We won't rev it up yet because we Still need to cut some trees down. In fact, we still need to buy a chainsaw. Let's buy a chainsaw to begin with. They are here. I tend to go with the Husqvarna, so I'll do that again. Here it is. And yeah, we will start with probably not one too big. Now I think probably if I cut one down, it'll probably roll down the hill. So this might be quite challenging. I do need to kind of put the wedge in there. It's hard to use though. Right. Don't think you can tilt it one way, it seems. So maybe if now I've cut across there, go straight through. I think it's free. Needs to be able to kick it by hand. We might give it another one just to make sure. There, that must fall. Go on, not on me. There we go. So, as suspected, it is going to roll, but it might hit a tree with a bit of luck. Just strip the foliage off. There we go. And if we can do, we'll get it onto the grab, which I have now set up on the Cytec joystick. Cytec joystick. Yeah, I always call it two different things because I don't actually know the correct pronunciation of it. Cytec and Cytec. Don't think it really matters. Yeah, it takes practice. I'm going to go at it from this side because you can see there's like a gap underneath it, so if we can get those forks under it and then sort of grab it towards us, that should work. There we go. That's what I was hoping to do. Now obviously this is still full length. We might have to cut them in half, but if we can feed it in like this, that would make it really easy. I think actually we should probably take this tree down that's in the corner because that is a bit in the way. But we will increase the revs on the JCB, engage the PTO. There we go. And I've tried to make this as painless to watch as possible because I know what my forestry videos end up being like. Usually terrible. It's grabbed it. Whether it will continue to feed it, I don't know. Maybe if I stop there, gently lower it down. It's going into the trailer. It's a good sign. It is feeding it in. Oh, and it's actually taken it. Wow. But will it be able to finish it? So far, I'm very impressed. Let's see if it can actually eat the final tiny bit on the end of there. It did! It took the entire tree in one go. I'm impressed. It makes me want to do another tree. And this one in the corner here is the best one to go for. The vehicles which are parked here are kind of at risk, but we'll just see which way it does fall. If we're taking the triangle out on this side, then technically it should fall into the lorry. But with Farming Simulator it's hard to tell. Here it goes. Oh, it's a clever tree. It can stand up on a point. In that case, I can decide which way I want to push it. Ideally, away from here. Oh, it's going now. There we go. That's not bad, actually. So I'll try and scoop it up. Now we'll strip all the foliage off. There we go. Oh, a bit left here. It probably will go horrifically wrong in a minute. I don't think you have to take the foliage off, it just makes it easier to see what you're doing. And also this is a bigger tree, so it'll be much harder to actually swing around and get into the conveyor, into the shredder. just needs to go slightly in the opposite direction. There it goes. Try not to feed the JCB in as well. But that is actually working really nicely. I'm impressed. And once again, it has taken it all through without any trouble at all. Time to get tree number 3. At this rate, we'll actually fill the lorry trailer. That would be a first. I've never done that before. I've struggled to just fill a tractor's trailer before. Now this looks to be quite a thin tree. We'll go for it anyway. Which way will it fall? That's not a bad place for it to go, really. Again, I'll just try and get underneath it, because there are a few gaps, and the grab does help. Wow, this is going really well. You're probably, if you're new to my channel, you're probably watching this thinking, why does he keep congratulating himself? This is so bad, I'm not watching this anymore. Well, if you've seen my other forestry videos, you'd know why. This is actually, for me, good. And I'm sure a lot of you will probably agree. So I've got it balanced a bit better this time, although that stump is completely in the way. Yeah, this is, I would say, really pushing this machine to its limit. We really shouldn't be putting entire trees into the shredder in one go, and I think this one is just a bit too big. So I'm just going to trim it down a little bit, just to make it easier. Right, see how that goes. We'll feed it through with the foliage on this time, all the leaves. See how it goes. Just need to be square to it. Oh, it's grabbed it. Yeah, and I think if you just sort of sit there with it in the grab, it feeds it through. It does work, it's just having all the leaves on does make it quite hard to see what you're doing. That trailer is filling up. It is currently 28% full. Not bad. And I think wood chips are worth quite a lot of money. It's rare that I sell them, so we're going to have to find out, but I think they're worth quite a bit. I'm going to have to use this mod again. This mod is fantastic. I was wary about downloading it because it had one rating on FSUK, which was 1 star. It's showing up as 1 star, but it's so far, even with that roller running in reverse, if it is, it's so far perfect. It's a really good mod. And there, it's almost gone. Just feeding that final bit through. And there it goes. The whole tree has gone once again. That's 3 trees in a row, without fail. They've all gone through perfectly without having to be put back in again from falling out. So I am going to highly recommend this mod. You've probably already used it, but it is certainly a very good edit of the original one. Now, here's a challenge. We've got to pick up this spindly thing. Even that wasn't too bad. Gonna have to bring a stump grinder here though, because that stump is really annoying. Now we need to go and find the next tree. This one here. I'm making a real opening here. Good clearing in the forest. And actually, what I might do, to save boring everyone, as the trailer is only 36% full, I might do some off screen now, and then resume the video once we're almost full. We'll just fell this tree. Easier said than done, I would say. I know, I said I was going to do some off screen, but I've just got this positioned perfectly. This is an entire tree, and it's a big one as well. I want to see if it's going to feed it in. See, it's taking it. What I might do is just go a little bit closer, get it square. I think what's happened is I've pushed the shredder, the chipper, closer to the trailer with all these really heavy trees. But it does seem to be taking it. Having the bigger grab does support the tree as well, which stops it from falling off. If you're holding onto it at the same time, it actually works really well. The trailer is currently 44% full. That must be a lot of wood chips. And the final bit, there it goes. Wow. It took the whole tree. The trailer is now half full. I'll probably get it to about 90% full, and then I'll resume the video. Then we'll take the lorry load to, where would it be on here? Biomass, I assume. Just round the corner. We'll see how much money we can make from just one load. And another tree here. This is even bigger. This must be the biggest one so far. Wow. That is incredible. It can just feed an entire tree in. Probably unrealistic, because that tree must weigh quite a bit, although it is pine. But for Farming Simulator, it certainly makes it interesting. Wow. The trailer is now 81% full. I didn't even think we'd get that trailer half full, because I thought it'd be such a failure that I would just give up. I can't believe how well it's going. And it's all thanks to that chipper. And it got it to 95%. So all we need now is just one small tree. This one over here looks like a good candidate. And then we will have actually filled that lorry trailer. For me, this is quite an achievement. This should be more than 5% really. And in it goes. Really looking forward to seeing how much money we can make from this. We'll turn that off there. Better just close the grab up. There we go. The trailer is 100% full. We'll let it finish though. Almost there. Come on. There we go. So, let's switch that off. We'll put the pipe back in. And let's go and sell these wood chips. Wow. A full trailer load. First time ever. So go right out of here, continue to the roundabout, and then that should bring us to the biomass place. So here we are, the same place as the store, just around the corner. That is our tipping point, and here we go. How much can we make from this load? It's a shame to see it go. It's taking quite a bit of work. It looks like it's worth quite a bit, but nothing really amazing, not like the silage. But it's still not bad. £48,598. Well, I'm happy with that. That does not sound too bad at all. Look, it is actually very similar to the silage, I think. Yeah, it's not, well, yeah, it's over £500 different, but it's okay. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there, because if I continue, I'll probably start to mess up. I think we've had enough for one day. But thank you very much for watching. Please do join me again next time for more on Court Farms, and we shall return soon. Thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.